Hey guys, my name is Charlie, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how I made the figure, basically demonstrating why the Centroid is located 2/3 away from the vertex of a median. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing we want to do is send everything to death. So we could do that by selecting it all and deleting it. There we go. Okay. Now we want to add in a mesh, and we want to add actually in a circle mesh. And you might be asking, circle? Why circle? Well, basically, if you think about it, a triangle is a three-sided circle. So, yay! So we got our circle right here, and over here we could change the amount of vertices that the circle has. Let's say 4 if you want a square, 8 if you want an octagon, and 3 if you want a triangle. In our case, we do want 3 vertices for our circle. Okay, now let's go to edit mode and let's move around our vertices because we need to make it look funny, otherwise it isn't funny. Okay, there we go. Next up, now we want to draw our medians, and to do that, next to magnetic tool, we could go over here, and now it's the snap tool. And basically what this does is that what we select is the starting point, and then we hold shift and select something else, and that's basically what we wanted to snap to. So in our case, we wanted to start at a vertex and hold down shift, and then we want to make it go to an edge center, because that's just going to be the center of an edge. So if you see right now, we got our vertex selected, and if we hold down control, which will turn on our snap to tool, you can see that it automatically snaps to our center of the edge. So there we go. That's one median, and let's draw another median right there, and another median right there. Okay, we have all of our medians drawn out, and we have our centroid right here. Notice how it does split into 6 triangles. So yeah. Now, what we want to do now is basically we just want to select our entire triangle, right click, and go to TinyCAD. Now you might be asking, I don't see TinyCAD. Well, basically TinyCAD is an add-on tool for Blender, and you do need to get it to being able to separate the edges easily. So to get it, just go to Edit, Preferences, and type in TinyCAD, and just check that on. Okay. Now let's select our entire triangle, right click, and go to TinyCAD, and then we want to do intersect selected edges, because this will intersect the selected edges as it says so. There we go. So now the edges are now intersected, which means that we could select individual edges that are kind of cut in half by our medians. Okay. Things are going on great. So now what we want to do is select our entire triangle once again, and after that we want to fill it by clicking F. After we do that, we do want to select our faces, so click 3 for face select, and let's duplicate some of our faces, so Shift D, and move it over here, Shift D, move it over here, Shift D for duplicate, and Shift D. And then our bottom ones, Shift D and Shift D. Now after we do that, we want to select everything. There we go. Is everything selected? I would like to hope so, but let's make sure. Okay, everything's selected. And after that, we want to separate it out so that each of our triangles is its own separate shape. And to do that, click P, and then click by loose parts, and that'll separate it out. And let's go back to object mode. Now you can see that they're all their own parts, which is really cool. Now you might be seeing that in object mode you can't, well, I guess in here, let's go to rendered view. Well, you might see that in edit mode you can't really see, the actual vertices very well. So what we could do now is that we could select this right here, go into edit mode, and now what we could do is that we could get rid of the faces, and to do that, click A, click X, and then click only faces, and there we go. So our faces are gone. Now you might be asking, why would we like to do that? Well, when we went to rendered view, you could see that it was very difficult to see it, because the edges of the triangle and the face itself of the triangle kind of like merged together, so you could not really see the edges of the triangle. But when we do this, you could clearly see the edges of the triangle, which would be very nice because it'll make it easier to see where we need to place our smaller triangles, and also just make it look better in general, kind of like an outline. Okay, now it's time for materials. So to add in a material, we just go over here, which is like our materials tab, as I like to call it, and let's select our material. Let's make a new material. Let's make it an emission, because we do want it to emit light, because otherwise it will be dark. And let's set the color. So let's say that we want like a cyan type of color. Let's reduce the brightness a bit, like so. And let's go into rendered view so that you could actually see that. As you can see, if we have it at its maximum brightness, it kind of like is a little bit too happy and bright, so we want to dim that down a bit. And basically, we also want to assign the same material for this triangle right next to it. So over here next to new, we could just select that triangle material. And there we go. So we got our cyan, and now after that, let's choose these two. Let's say that we want a red type of material, so emission, red, and let's lower that a bit so that it actually looks a little bit realistic. That looks good, and let's do the same as we did for our previous cyan one by just going next to new and selecting material, or the material that you want. And there we go. Finally, let us make like the base. Let's just make it a nice, happy pink. Yeah, just a pink color, kind of. Actually, pink does not actually look that good. Let's go to yellow. Actually, let's do dark blue. Let's do dark blue. Dark blue looks good. But we realized quickly that I've made a grave mistake because I forget to change the surface into emission. So now it'll look a lot better because it actually has color. And now think about it, we should just do yellow because it's like a outlier color and different from the red and blue. We could also do green, but I don't really like the look of green. Let's just do yellow, and let's decrease it a bit, the brightness a bit, and let's assign the same color for this too. And there you have it. Let's dim this cyan a bit. The cyan's still too bright. Okay, there we go. So now we have finished everything, and as you can see, we can move them in like so, and it will be a perfect fit. But as you can tell, I'm not the best at puzzles and matching things, so please do not expect this to, you know, be perfect. And as you can see, it's like the opposite of perfect, but it's good enough. And yeah, that is how you make the design I used using Blender from my last video about why the centroid lies 2/3 away from the vertex of the median. Well, of a median of a triangle. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I would recommend that you do watch the incredible video of why the centroid lies 2/3 away from the vertex of a median of a triangle, and the thing will be over here. Yeah, over there. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.